Is it going to switch? No! Okay, perfect. So it looks like I had to turn off OBS to get this to work. What are we doing? We are making some food. I have some mushrooms here. I have some peppers. I have an onion. Not in the best quality. Got some small peppers because, I'm cooking for one. Cooking for one. So first things first, you need to chop it up. Onion, by far the messiest part. We cut. And we cut. And we toss. We cut the middle. We get rid of garbage. Outer layer was no bueno on that one, so we'll go an extra in. And we shall do it again here. So what do we have to do? First, we're going to cut the veggies before we turn on the stove because it's going to be a fast cook. So this, I'll cut the middle. Mind my janky hands, my fingers don't bend, so that is bending. What up, Salt? So I'm going to look at chat while I cut because I've done this for a slight amount of time where I know how to do it without chopping all my fingers off. I'll try and be louder than my knife, but that can sometimes be hard to do. Alright, so we have some onions. I like a lot of onions, so this is probably more than anyone would normally use. Usually half onion is good enough for a lot of people. From there, move on to some peppers. Now you can cut this stuff out, but I just used to rip it out because I'm a heathen. Got one. And you got two. These simple to cut. Everything is going to be a julienne. Don't worry about the dimensions because it's food. It's going to taste the same either way. Just don't cut any fingers off. That's highly not recommended. It's a good way to end stream pretty early. And then pepper too. Also, if you have an issue with onions in your eyes, freeze them for like 10-15 minutes before you chop them up. I'll reduce the sting that you see. Feel rather. Yeah, sting that I see. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen that pain, have you not? Is there a raffle, JDK? Did you build one? Because I sure as heck did not. So I'm on to mushrooms. That's pretty much the last thing I'm adding to this. So at this point in time, I'm going to turn my pan on to about medium high, and because it's pasta, I'm going to turn my water on as well to high. Yeah, completely second. There you go. You have everything cut up. So, one trick also to make sure your cutting board does not move around is to dampen a cloth and put it underneath. Now, prior to the pan heating up, because I'm using a non-stick pan, you want to make sure that there's always something in it. In this case, I shall add some oil. Olive oil is the best for me. I like it. And most of this is all going to be done in one canola oil. Yeah, that's a negative right there. More oil. Don't worry, don't worry. There will be enough. All right. Wait for it to heat up a little bit here. Got some heat. I prefer to use one tool in the kitchen, and that's my tongs. So we shall add some turkey. I guess now will be the time when we find out if this camera is going to get steamed up or not. It's supposed to be minced turkey. It seems kind of like ground turkey, so try our best. Usually I do this with chicken breast, but that was frozen, so turkey it is. Hello Fresh, no Hello Fresh. I did use Chef's Plate back in the day, but they give you so much food, and like none of it carries over into the next item, so it's kind of a waste. Yeah, not sponsored, will never be sponsored because I won't use one of those again. Yeah, I did it for 2 people as well. It did work out nice because it would be dinner one day, lunch the next day. The only challenge I found was that I used to have to do so many dishes because this meal is not representative of how many dishes I normally would use, but yeah, I will easily use 10 dishes just to make one item for myself. It is very expensive. I only used it when it was like 70% off or so. Absolutely way too overpriced. But then again, grocery shopping is overpriced nowadays too, so we have that. I'm so glad that I got a new stove, because now cooking is a possibility. I can not see the chat on my Wi-Fi. Let's go, iPad. Alright. Got the turkey's mainly cooked. Now I'm gonna add some homemade Cajun seasoning that of course I made. I tend to use a lot. I do like the spice. And we also need to get some crispified up on this pan. There you go, as per everyone's request, more oil, because, you know, everyone loves more oil. What's in it? There is some spice. There is some chili powder. Some cumin, some garlic powder, some pepper, some crushed chilies, as well as a couple of other things. All right. Yeah, don't bash the pan on a glass stove. That made me a little nervous. You know I'm Colonel Sanders. Come on now. There we go. Alright. That's seared and smoky. I'm just going to transfer this to a bowl. It's okay if you drop some. Just put it in there. Always wash your hands. Alright, so that's real hot. I'm going to cut that down to about medium. And more sizzle. There you go. At least I brushed the beard today, so it's not as bad as it could be. Let's get rid of this. We are good to go. That smells absolutely delicious. And I miss. We clean our mistakes here, we don't eat them. A little butter in the pan with the veggies. And a little clean as you go. Just want to cook these till they're nice and tender. Oh, what's for dinner, Salty? What's for dinner? But what if more oil? Well, more oil always solves the world's problems, so it's good. So normally there would be seasoning caked on the pan, but in our case, that is not the case today. So I will make a little more, and that is way too much oil. Little top up, extra garlic this time. Americans just gonna be jealous if there's too much oil up in there. Alright, we are nearly there. Let's add a little more around and a lot more in the middle. That sounds good. Perfect. Alright, it's okay if it's too dry right now, because we'll be adding to it. But right now, my water is boiling. I'm going with some fettuccine today. There's many great alternatives, capellini, what have you. Fettuccine is just, you know, flat, wide spaghetti. It's great. It has a place in everybody's heart. But now I guess we have to wait a couple of moments. So while we wait, I suggest you grab a glass. Nice rocks glass. Grab yourself a couple of cubes. And you grab yourself some bourbon. If it doesn't have a cork in it, you bought the wrong bourbon. You pour 1 ounce, measuring from the top, of course, so that way it's the healthiest pour possible. Give it a little swirl and a toast. That's delicious. Give this a quick little dust up here. Stir the noodles a little bit. Alright. So as you can see, this time I got some caked on here, which is good. That's what we're looking for. And we will need some cheese. I got some cheese. It was free. Free is always the best. And some cream. You can do this with regular cream, whipping cream, heavy cream, what have you. Just add that in there. How much do you add? I couldn't tell you. I just add it till it covers the bottom. As you can see, it's changing color a little bit, picking up the the spices from the bottom of the pan. And then we want cheese. This is the, what mix? It's the Italiano mix from Cracker Barrel. Yep. It smells delish. And then you're just gonna add some handfuls. And yes, free cheese is best cheese. If someone says it's not, then they're wrong. Expired free cheese, okay. We won't go with that. That's a negative. So this is gonna thicken up. You can turn this right down to low pretty much as we wait for the noodles. So with this, we don't want it to dry out either. I've got it on low. I'll put you there. We have these cool things that are called lids. That's going to go on top there. And that's what it sounds like when I have a message. Noodles are not nearly done. They probably got another 4.5, 5 minutes or so. So what do? We take a sip. Also, since you cannot tell me to hydrate, I will remember to do so myself. My water is refilled. Also, it is one of the absolute greatest Starbucks water cups ever. That beautiful flat black. Mario Kart? Is it Barrio Kart or is it Beerio Kart? Am I missing something? I think I'm missing something. I'm always the last to know. Okay, it is Beerio. Good to know. What's that? Where you go to Richmond go-karts and sneak in some brewskis and have a good time? Or you mean like actual sitting on a couch? Couch multiplayer, the best multiplayer. Crack a beer. Okay, I'm good at that. I'm really good at that. I mean, it's been a hot minute, but I could crack a beer in some cart. Oh, easy street. Easy street. Oh yeah, that's looking good. So with the veggies, I mean, you can really make it your own. Do whatever you want with it. I prefer the peppers and the onions, and I just add mushrooms to everything. So one beer is a shot. Yeah, trust me. So I guess the best bet would be to slam the entire beer at the beginning and then race before it kicks in. Yeah. Ooh, the noodles are almost noodled. It depends on the beer. I think with that, I would probably just bring regular beer, whether it's like a Sleeman's or what have you. Definitely wouldn't be drinking craft that night, Because I don't think 8% beer is going to sit too well in the tummy after a few. Oh, so any American beer, that's watered down. Okay. I didn't look at the time when I put the noodles on, so timing my noodles is not applicable. But the bite test says it needs another minute. At least one more minute. So I was supposed to go out tonight to that work event thing, and I decided not to because there's a slight possibility that it may snow, and getting back over the bridges if it snows, nuh-uh. Not fun. Not gonna try. Oh, look at those micro bubbles. So the smell is like a cheesy, spicy goodness. Can't wait. Can't wait. Turkey still warm. I wouldn't have. I don't know what that is. I have snow tires, but you know, the rest of the town I live in does not. Oh, you want that? You want a little close up? Get the sizzles. And the bubbles. And Le Petit Chef. If you don't have Le Petit Chef, you're missing out, I must say. Bubbles! My bubbles. Huh? What movie? What movie? Everyone knows. Everyone knows. If you don't, oh gosh, I just feel bad. Alright. I'm going to turn the heat back up to medium on this. You're going to see more bubbles. And I can turn the water off because those noodles have noodled. Normally with chicken breast, I wouldn't add it back to the sauce. But with this, since it's more so like a turkey crumble, I'm going to add this back in. Get a little bit more heat. A little mixy mix. And then, without draining the noodles, I'm going to put the noodles in the pasta. Why am I not draining the noodles? Does anybody know? So, I don't drain the noodles because there's starches in the water. It's gonna work like a binding ingredient. It will thicken the sauce because you don't want a saucy sauce. You just want it to stick to the noodles and call it a day. Or at least I do. And doesn't that look like trash? But trust me, it's freaking delicious. And this will be more than a single meal. I am a big man, but my gosh, not that big. Let's slide that boy back in there. Why you delete that? My mod's having moments apparently. Oh! That's the first mess I've made on this stove. So I'll clean that right up. We are ready to go. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to rotate that. And so the big thing about pasta is you want some height on that bad boy. And I missed the plate. Extra pepperinos on the sides. Maybe a little extra turkey up in there. You may ask, why do I keep blocking the camera with my arm? Well, that's because I'm a bozo. So that is good to go. I will take this, wipe the bottom quickly, and move this off the heat. At the same time, clean the stove, because the last thing I want is a filthy stove. That, we'll clean the plate, at least the dark part. And the last thing we need is more cheese. Little snowfall of the Italian mixed Cracker Barrel. Go with some fresh cracked pepper. So my pepper is a little bit different because I take chilies and I put chilies in there, so those get crushed up at the same time. But it's all about the height. That's it. Also, my device is too hot, says my phone. So, yeah, you like the plating? That's all for you, Pooba. I vape. I don't vape anymore, though. I did. It was a very troubling time of life. I'm glad it's over. I wish I didn't go back to smoking, though. There you have it. A little pasta. A little drinky poo. All you need is a fork, an empty belly, and a good time. But, on that note, that is my short but sweet cooking stream. 35 minutes, quick, easy meal. I did it from the word go. Let's take a look at who's online. Ooh, we have some Grave Mortem with some Horizon Forbidden West, or we have some SG Vigilante who's playing games, looks like marbles on stream, so games with her community. Who do we want to go over to? I wish I had an OnlyFans that paid out. I mean, I wish I had an OnlyFans. Said no one ever. Um, all right, it's going to be heads for SG, tails for Grave Mortem. Hey Google, flip a coin. It's heads. So looks like we are going to go over to SG. Just one moment. Actually, JDK, if you could rate out the SG because I lost the view on the iPad, that would be fantastic. I am an SG. I don't have any raid stuffs, so you can use anybody's raid stuffs to raid. Or actually, well, I think I can do the command raid SG. Where's the underscore? Rip. Well, thank you for dealing with my technical difficulties. Let's go to the manager. Ooh, I like that one, Pooba. All right. I have it here. So let's raid out to SG now. And thank you for watching in. Have a great night, guys. And go. I don't know if it rated. It's still counting. Let's do it.